Hey guys, we are looking today at a little slice of knife science, just a little touch. We're testing the factory edge of the new Spyderco Kapara. So this will form part of the assessment into the ergonomics and the blade of the knife for my eventual review of it. This is the first thing the knife has ever cut. Very sharp, very nice factory edge. I would estimate it is about at 18 degrees per side or so. Something similar. Spydercos have generally been about that as far as my, obviously homespun measurements go. So I really don't have any preconceptions about how this is going to do. Looking at previous S30V, which I've tested a fair bit, with work sharp edges, it seems to cut about 175 times through a twisted sisal rope, which is what I have here. I always use the same twisted sisal rope, 10 millimeters. Although it has definitely been known to, with different heat treats and different edge angles, get up towards 300 passes and such. So I think Buck holds the best edge retention results so far with that specific testing parameters that I applied to that one back in that video, which maybe I'll link at the end of this one. So anyway, S30V is usually pretty good steel. It's one of the more baseline powder metal steels. So I'm really interested to see how Spyderco's does with their seemingly very sharp factory edge. So we've got our knife, we've got our rope, we've got our cutting board, and we've got our paper. The only other place we need to go now is the knife lab. Alrighty, so slicing twisted sisal rope until it no longer does a nice clean paper slice with the area that I'm testing, which is this part here. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so 196 is the number I arbitrarily stopped at. It had a snag. 3 out of 4 went through at 190, and so I did 6 more for some reason, and it stops at 196 on the factory edge with S30V. So nothing to snort at there. S30V is absolutely excellent steel. Not a problem with it from me. No complaints here. If you got a knife in this steel with this factory edge, that equates to that's a lot of letters opened. This rope is nasty, dirty, fibrous kind of stuff. So pretty happy with that. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing the rough initial factory edge capabilities of the Spyderco S30V on this knife. But because you've stuck around so long and listened to me talk, let's do a tiny little bit of bonus science. So, in my SOG Terminus XR review, I did equate the knife with the Kershaw Atmos, just because they're both made of similar materials, G10 carbon fiber, and 8CR13 MOV-ish steel. But then I sort of said, well, the Kershaw's half the price, and I kind of like it a bit better. But one of my viewers said, hey, do some battening with the Atmos if it's basically the same. So, what he's referring to is in that video, I did do some battening. I did a 3 fail test. I had the knife fail 3 times during sort of obviously rough, stupid use circumstances, just to see how the lock was after that, and the lock was fine. So yes, I will now do some battening. I'll do a 3 fails test with the Kershaw Atmos and see how the lock is after that. This could be RIP Atmos, things I do for science. 1, 2, 3. no discernible extra crapness to it, but that did fail easier. I will give you that, sir. But yes, the lock is still sound and robust and tight.